from London, United Kingdom this morning. The convoy has just reached a Lee funeral home, and probably even as we watch these pictures we could change our discussion towards what we are seeing right now, and probably memories of the late governor. I'm sure we could start with you, Senator. Probably you've worked with him. I'm sure he appeared before you quite a number of times.
Let me on seeing those images, remember fondly our friend and colleague, Governor Gachagua. And Governor was a man I knew quite closely. Is a man I learned to respect because of what he stood for, and exemplary and distinctively three issues that I normally pick out on Governor Gachagua's life, and especially his political life. The first is when he was elected governor, and there was a big problem in the working relationship between governors and senators, and he stood out very, very uniquely. Actually, he was the case example all the time for the Senate on how he merged and worked very well with his own senator. The second one is when he was being brought to the Senate upon impeachment, and you know, the first statements he made, he repeated exactly what he told his MC, is that he was brought there because he stood firm that he was not going to bribe MCAs not to impeach him. And he went on to be brought there. And then the third one is the kind of leadership he has set in Nyeri. And you saw the relationship he had with his own deputy governor. Actually, when he was being impeached, his deputy governor said, if he is impeached, I will also go home.
Yes.
Now that tells you how closely or how well the man was able to manage his institution. And my condolences to the people of Nyeri, to his family, to his wife, and I believe and hope that those that have been left by him, especially in leadership, can be able to hew from his character and style good lessons that they can apply to the future of the people of Nyeri, and certainly wishing them well. We will be joining with them.
Quite a number of leaders, including governors, the Council of Governors. I can see CS Mourning Gachagua there, as well as the senators are present alongside the family of the late Gachagua are present there at the Lee funeral home to deliver the remains of the late governor. That the body arrived back home from London, United Kingdom this morning. And those are live pictures from the Lee funeral home. Now we continue here in studio discussing what you're seeing on the screen.
Well, first of all, let me send my condolences to the family of the late Governor Gachagua, to the people of Nyeri and the friends that knew him. I served with him in the 9th Parliament, and I was a close friend. We had met earlier before even he became a member of Parliament. And therefore, his demise is a loss to all of us as a nation. And it's a testimony of the fact that life is short. And every day that God gives you life, we have every reason to celebrate. Nobody knew. We knew you were sick, but we did not know that it was going to be such a fleeting moment for him to be here with us.
Well, my thoughts and prayers go to his wife and his children, the family and relatives as well as friends. I knew him personally because we shared the law class with him at the University of Nairobi. But there are certain distinct qualities about him. One, he was fiercely independent-minded. You remember, he ran for Madeira constituency, and he had to deal with a very insurmountable political figurehead in that place. But he took him on, and he managed to win. Now, that is 2007. In 2013, he ran against the conventional wisdom. He ran on GNU ticket. He didn't run on TNA, which was the dominant party. That was a demonstration of his independence. Secondly, I must admit, he had a very good memory. I must admit, when we were together with him. And thirdly, he did not shy off from controversy. He could confront situations, and that was a mark of him as a character. and that is something that sometimes it may be seen as running against the grain, but sometimes you have to stand up on principles.
Yes.
Of course, he also had his own challenges, which all of us have in life, and I pray for his soul to rest in peace.
Okay, just before Bwana Loale says something about his memories of the late Gachagua, let's listen in to what's happening at the Leaf Funeral Home. Yes, those are live pictures from Leaf Funeral Home where the remains of the late Nyeri Governor Nderitu Gachagua have just been delivered. Of course, the body arrived back home from London, United Kingdom, where the governor was receiving treatment at the time of his death. That was last Friday. Now, as you saw there on your screens, the Council of Governors present there on hand to deliver the casket bearing the remains of the late governor, and family and friends alongside other senior officials and politicians also present there at the Leaf Funeral Home. Now back in studio, we still continue getting my news review panel to share their memories of the late governor and Senator Boni Halwale. How do you remember the governor?
Mine is just to say pole, but more importantly, I recall that Senator Gachagua was my colleague
in the 9th Parliament, and the many things that have been said about him as a good leader were quite evident. They are true.
Okay. Bwana Halole, will come back to you. Let's listen into the prayer there at the funeral home.
Tutakuwa na mpangilio wa kuelekea pande ile nyingine, na tunaomba kila mmoja wetu awe na subira na agoje akielekezwa atie tafadhali, atii amri tafadhali. Ataitwa Nyere mwadhani ya kumio turaho ya tafadhali tuko na service haha tugawa service nitoko na viewing ya our late governor na tuwake hoya tugena wazekatoro ya tugena wazekatoro.
Yes, Senator Halole, you may continue now sharing the memories of the governor.
Yeah, I was just confirming that what people say about him actually true. He was a very good leader. But then I have two things to comment about his death. The first one is that he has died from cancer. He is not the only one who has been suffering from cancer in this country. We have hundreds of thousands of Kenyans suffering from the same problem. And out there, they have no hospital to go to because our public hospitals are closed. Unknown to the public, the Council of Governors is the one that has taken doctors to court. I think this is a moment of reflection. Governors might as well pull out of court the case they have against doctors so that they can get doctors back in office. The last comment I want to make about Gachagua is that people in Nyeri took advantage of his failing health to abuse the public resources of Nyeri to the extent that the matter was brought before us. I painfully voted that Gachagua be removed from office. I did, because there was evidence that money had been lost. So I don't want the matter to rest there. The people who are in office who took advantage of his continuous absence out of office to corruptly misuse the monies of Nyeri must be brought to book. I therefore want to request the new governor, Wamadai, to ensure that he completely dissolves the entire cabinet of Gachagua. Some of them are involved in these corrupt deals. He sends all of them at home and nominates a fresh team. Otherwise, he will not manage to run that county in the next 5 months.
Yes, we continue watching the live pictures from the home. Let's continue listening into the events there as it happens.
Hivyo ningeomba mwenye kutuongoza kwa pambio moja aje hapa mbele, baadaye tutaomba, nitawaelekeza tutafanya nini baadaye. Aliye na kipawa cha kuongoza pambio moja, one chorus, faster, akuja hapa mbele ndio tuweze kuendelea. Create a space for them. One chorus. Yes, good sister. One chorus. Ambayo tutashika sisi.
Chakutumaini sina, ila damu yake Yesu. Sina wema wa kutosha, dhambi zangu kuziosha. Chakutumaini sina, ila damu yake Yesu. Sina wema wa kutosha, dhambi zangu kuziosha. Kwake Yesu nasimama, ndiye mwamba ni salama, ndiye mwamba ni salama, ndiye mwamba ni salama. Njia yangu iwe ndefu, yeye hunipa wokovu. Mawimbi yakinipiga, nguvu zake ndizo nanga. Njia yangu iwe ndefu, yeye hunipa wokovu. Mawimbi yakinipiga, nguvu zake ndizo nanga. Kwake Yesu nasimama, ndiye mwamba ni salama, ndiye ndiye mwamba ni salama, ndiye mwamba ni salama, kwake Yesu nasimama, ndiye mwamba ni salama, ndiye mwamba ni salama, ndiye mwamba ni salama.
Please move back. Please move back.
Hukumuni, rohoni nina amani, nikivikwa haki yake, sina hofu mbele yake, nikiitwa hukumuni, rohoni nina amani, nikivikwa haki yake, sina hofu mbele zake, kwake Yesu nasimama, ndiye mwamba ni salama, ndiye mwamba ni salama, ndiye mwamba ni salama, kwake Yesu nasimama, ndiye mwamba ni salama, ndiye mwamba ni salama, ndiye mwamba ni salama, kwake Yesu nasimama, ndiye mwamba ni salama, ndiye mwamba ni salama, ndiye mwamba ni salama, kwake Yesu nasimama, ndiye mwamba ni salama, ndiye mwamba ni salama, ndiye mwamba ni salama, kwake Yesu twasimama, ndiye mwamba ni salama, ndiye mwamba ni salama, ndiye mwamba ni salama.
Tunataka kuamini.
I am requesting the members of the press, please, that you move backward so that we can start the service now. Please move a bit back so that we can, even people can take this seat, including the family members. Please just push a little bit.
Watu wa press,
Rudi nyuma kidogo, ndio ibada iweze kuendelea.
watu wa familia tafadhali.
Watu wa familia wakuje mbele, wale watoto wa gavana, kujeni.
Watoto wa gavana tafadhali. And immediate family members. Niko na bibi zenu tafadhali.
And then the governor remains.
Governor, please take your position. Senators, MPs, twende hivyo. Usikalia kiti kama kuna gavana amesimama ama ndiye amesimama na umekalia kiti tafadhali. Tunaomba kwa heshima. Family members, governors, senators, honorable MPs, ndio watapatiwa nafasi kwa kiti tafadhali. Wengine tukilia tu kidogo, maana hatukai. Wengine tuvumilie. Family members, governors, senators, MP, ndio watapewa nafasi kwa kiti. Wengine tuvumilie tu, tusimame, alafu tuendelee na ibada. Just one step behind. Adwanyele toka ikarele gete moto wa family hata ikarete eze. Kana kweka mataka na twende takana MP urugameze kwa heshima. Kwa heshima tuomba. Thank you. Tunaendelea kutulia news later.
Yes, those are live pictures from the Lee Funeral Home here in Nairobi, where the body of the late Nyeri Governor Mourning Gachagua has just been delivered to the funeral home. Of course, the body arrived back home this morning from London in the United Kingdom. The late Gachagua died at the age of 64 years while undergoing treatment at the Royal Marsden Hospital in London, United Kingdom. That was last Friday. He is expected to be laid to rest on Monday next week. That's the 5th of March at his home in Nyeri County. I do understand Hiriga village in Madeira constituency, which he once represented as a member of parliament. Now we do understand that there will be no funeral service as had earlier been announced in Nairobi. There will be only one funeral service, and that will be on Monday, just before the body is laid to rest. This is the first sitting governor to have passed on while in office since Kenya adopted the new constitution, and of course he has been replaced by his deputy Samuel Wambadai, who was sworn in this week and will be the governor for Nyeri County for the remainder of that term, which is about 159 or 58 days before the next elections. Now we'll continue updating you on this story if and when we receive any information with regard to the funeral arrangements. We'll continue updating you throughout the day.
Ukaweza kuwa nasi tukinenewa, tukiongea Mungu kaa nasi, ukavuta majonzi yetu, tukazidi kuona rehema zako, tukaweza kuona kwamba kuna tumaini na tutaendelea na maisha haya, kwa maana Mungu ishie uko pamoja nasi. Tazama kaunti yote ya Nyeri, Mungu mweza, tazama ile huzuni iko, lakini tunatumaini tutaendelea tukiwa pamoja na wewe. We commit all the able governors to you, all the senators to you, dear Lord, all the MPs, dear God, na watu wote ambao tuko kwenye kikao hiki. Mkono wako uwe pamoja nasi. Tunajua kwamba tunaenda kusikiza neno lako. Tazama ufungue mioyo yetu, lile neno likaweza kupata nafasi katika mioyo yetu, ukatuongeze nguvu, ukatuongeze maarifa, maana tutasimama ukiwa upande wetu. Tumeomba haya yote kwa Yesu Kristo aliye Bwana na Mwokozi wetu. Our Father who is in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not in temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. All protocols observed. We said we have a very short time. Na wakati huu tungetaka kusema ya kwamba tunataka kusimama na familia na watu wote ambao tumefika kwenye kikao hiki, tukapata neno ambalo litaweza kuwa la manufaa kwetu sisi wote. Na mkaribisha mchungaji wa kule Gaine Parish akaweza kutuletea neno. Reverend Kennedy Moigai akaweza kutuletea lile neno. Karibu mchungaji.
Wasalimu nyote ya mjambo. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Mungu ni mwema na kazi zote. We're to get our word today, our reading today from Psalm 40, verse 1 to verse 4. Getting our reading from Psalm 40, verse 1 to verse 4. Hear the word of God. I waited patiently for the Lord. He turned to me and heard my cry. He lifted me out of the slimy pit, out of the mud and the mire. He set my feet on a rock and gave me a firm place to stand. He put a new song in my mouth, a hymn of praise to our God. And many will see and fear and put their trust in the Lord. Blessed is the man who makes the Lord his trust, who does not look to the proud, to those who turn aside to false gods. I want to share about waiting and trusting on God. And the psalmist here, David, was facing challenges. The psalmist here, we find that he was even crying as he was waiting for the Lord in a dilemma of a kind. And he was waiting and waiting on the Lord that he may come and rescue him. He was waiting and waiting on the Lord that he may come and help him out of his challenges, out of his troubles. Probably, maybe, because he was crying, could be because of his family. For we know that in readings in 1 Samuel chapter 30, the time that he lost his family, and even the men his men lost their wives and their children, and they were crying, and they cried. The Bible records that they cried until they had no more tears to shed. And at times we face situations that are making us worry, situations that are making us to feel like we don't have strength to move on. At times we face situations that we feel we're not able on our own. And the psalmist is here telling us it is good for us to wait upon the Lord. It's good for us to put our trust in the Lord. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. I want to tell the family to put your trust, continue to put your trust in the Lord, for He will always be with you. He is there together with you. He tells us in Isaiah 43 verses 1 and 2, even if you walk through fire, even if you walk through in a situation where we have wrath, the wrath.
Yes, those are live pictures there from the Lee Funeral Home, where the body of the late Nyeri Governor Nderitu Gachagua has just been delivered to the funeral home as the proceedings go there. Of course, the body arrived back home this morning from London, United Kingdom, where the late governor was undergoing treatment before his death last Friday. Now, we'll keep on going back to that venue, but now we take a short break, and when we return, we'll continue with our news review.